This is Frankie Abbruzzino with the Scoop News. Okay, we got some news. Just so you know, I'm switching to a new format where allows me to do more visuals. I'll be able to share this live actually on Facebook. Normally I could do it on YouTube, but there's issues with YouTube today. But so in about a week or two, we'll do it live on Facebook. For now, it's pre-recorded about 5 minutes prior to putting it out. So here we go. Let's see. First news is this. Northport, I just broke this out there. Northport police are looking for this individual. They stole some carts. You can see some Publix employees watching as the last one was struggling, and they basically said it's the cart caper. And it happened just this morning where they stole 6 golf carts from caddy carts over there on 41. It's a green SUV, and if you guys have seen anything, if you know anything, contact property crimes at northportpd.com. or call them at 429-7300. And another thing that these ones just came out. Schools offering free driving lessons for students 15 or over, basically. It's starting on Monday, October 2nd. It's a non-credit class. It's being offered from 5:30 to 8 at Booker and Northport School. On Mondays, October 2nd and 9th at Venice High School. Tuesdays, October 3rd and 10th. Is at Venice High School, I'm sorry. Sarasota High School is Wednesday, October 4th and 11th. And they got all the different breakdowns down and what you will need. So check that story out. Let's go to some other stuff. This one just came out earlier today. Basically, Northport police came in and basically confirmed what I suspected. As you remember the scoop, I tell you, I don't know how many stories I get breaking. I still get treated like the redheaded stepchild. This one I noticed on, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, and I put it out there and I said, you know what? This guy was arrested in Roxbury. It's the same address as that homicide, and it looked like, based upon assessing that he may have been there and helped in some way, and they came out and basically confirmed it today, stating that this guy Hendricks was in there and after the murder tried to help the guy clean it all up, and plus he had guns and weapons, and he's a felon, so it led to some more charges. So it's really surprising. I don't see a lot of people showing interest in this. This is a guy that an individual was pistol whipped, then shot straight on in the head in Northport. Drugs, money, murder, and nobody's really, it's not picking up a lot of interest, which is surprising to me. The big news story out there that everyone's talking about locally is the Frank Beebe trial, but you guys don't seem to have a lot of interest in that, probably until the final results come out. And it's this, and I have a whole page. I've been adding videos to it and commentary to it throughout the day. This is a tragic incident that happened over in Vegas where 58 people have been pronounced dead. Basically, the shooter up on the 36th floor, I believe it was, and just started shooting off. There's different stuff. There's all kinds of internet hearsay, social media stuff out there. I'm hearing, I listen to a lot of talk shows, and this one talk show said he just got information from people that are on the FBI HRT, which is the hostage response team, stating that this guy did not kill himself, that it was actually a shootout. They're saying that there was Antifa stuff there and some stuff about Middle East from when his girlfriend, the Chinese Asian lady, was in Dubai. None of that's been confirmed. I got to go back and see if they wrote anything up. If they did, I'll share it, and then I'll put it on here like I've been with all this other stuff. Basically, whenever I go on my Uncensored report and I put a story on there related to this, I'm taking that link and embedding it directly onto the story. You know, you do have some stuff which was a little funny where Hillary Clinton came out and she started talking about gun control and silencers. And the funny, odd thing is first she said, let's not make this political. And then she started talking about, you know, the silencers. Imagine the deaths if the shooter had a silencer. And she goes straight into being political. It's only been a couple hours. Can't we wait a little bit on that stuff? But here's one when the identity came out that I put out with my Uncensored report, and then I put a link to that story. So check it out. It should be, I think, pinned on top of my page. If not, just go to my uncensoredreport.com and type in collection, and you'll find it. It's pretty simple to Google on the search bar, top right-hand side. These schmucks, the Winsel crew. I keep getting asked over the last few weeks, have you heard anything? And unfortunately, guys, I have not heard anything. Nothing. It's dead silent out there. The last communication was that lady that's on an active Facebook page. She says she's an attorney, and she came out and just started saying that the assistant state attorney in Bradenton was going to have charges by mid-month last month. That never happened, and then it just fell off the face of the earth. What this did do, though, is essentially put Siesta Key, the reality show, into the limelight. A lot of people are watching. I was out at dinner this weekend, and they were talking about it, and to my surprise, everybody likes it. And so, including my daughter, apparently. So the bottom line is they didn't get, nothing's happened. I don't think FWC will be doing anything. I think if they had enough, they would have done it by now. I think the severity of the guy's crimes originally back when Wenzel was in trouble, what, a year or two ago, and he got off from that. If he got off on that, he's going to get off on this. And it's been a success for the reality TV show, which just picked up 8 more shows. A lot of people don't know that his dad, Alex's dad, Gary, 1-800-GARY, whatever, ask Gary. And I got stories about that guy. I'm in the industry. I can tell you some stuff there. But he paid for it, and the Silver Spoon son is finding success. All right. The next one, I did put this out. It's about smart devices and listening. And it's an interesting article. One thing I don't like about Free Thought Project is when I do a lot. When I do my stories, you're allowed to put out so much. Some sites allow you to put the entire article out. Free Thought sometimes does, sometimes they don't. This is interesting. It just covers a lot of softwares and programs out there that are watching and listening to you. And then I put out 2 of them, and then you got to go to Free Thought. Sometimes they have a bunch of pop-ups, and often I wonder if that's why people think I have the pop-up. So you go there, and it just tells you how to silence stuff. Like on Facebook, how to silence the Facebook Messenger, which may be listening to you with their microphone. The same dinner I was out at with this weekend, they were talking about, oh my God. We started talking about something. They said, well, let's see. It'll pop up on my Facebook soon because my iPhone's here and it's listening to me. And all these devices do it. And they have the different variety here. I listed 2 of them, and then you just click that article and you go over to Free Thought Project. It is interesting, but sometimes their pop-ups drive me crazy. The cast post. This is that I put it up there because somebody asked about the guy selling stuff there. And I put it up there because Councilman Daniels in Venice had a concern, and I think it's the same guy, had a concern with him because he was out there selling stuff. And I think at one time he was selling water and soda or food or something like that. But he wanted to know if it was permitted, if it was licensed, because it's never flowed through the city. Some say, well, that's actually the county control. So what I did is I put it on my page because a lot of these guys like Councilman Daniels and a lot of people that pretend they don't go to my site, go to the website and they don't utilize social media. Venice concerns, lousy job being done with debris. Basically, this individual was complaining because some branches and leaves were left behind. And my thought was, Jesus, just pick mine up. I'll get the couple leaves and branches that they leave behind. I'm fine with it. Somebody was under the impression that the city was doing it. I contacted my buddy that works for the city in waste management. He said, no, we don't have to pick it any up there. They got a FEMA contractor coming in on Wednesday. This was like 2 weeks ago. I could see, it's been, 2-3 weeks, and I can tell you, none of us have been picked up here in the Pine Brook area. And I'm amazed it's taking this long. I'm a little amazed that they knew with the severity of the storm that they would have to have a plan in place to get contractors out here, and apparently they didn't. I don't know why I'm amazed. I shouldn't be. So this just touches on it again, and it's not just this. Now this individual is a little petty, crying about branches and leaves, but the whole huge debris piles is a concern, and I'm seeing complaints about that across the board. This was a video report on bear activity sightings, and it was interesting in that I had to make sure we were on the right page. It was interesting that I don't think a lot of people are aware of the fact that we have bears here, and I think it was about 6 months ago, Northport put out a video when a cop came up on a house and there was a bear there and he took off running. And so we do have them here. They are active, and this basically tells people, look, bear activity may be increasing as they prepare for winter to go into hibernation. I was a little surprised actually to know they would go into hibernation here in Venice. And, normally I'll play, let me see. Whoops. Let me silence that a little bit. But let me see. They're talking about it. See, I can do this kind of stuff, and I forgot to. Where they go in and they'll talk about it. There's the bears right there. Look at them walk. Mama bear. Never go to a mama bear that has 3 cubs. Then you're opening up a whole mess you don't want to get into. All right. Now, the next story is the this guy, you know, this is just a travesty, isn't it? You know, I believe in concealed carry. I conceal carry it, you know, wherever I go. And this isn't really about concealed carry. You know, with mine, I got safety on. I don't have anything in the chamber, but you never know if you have something in the chamber. I never put my finger on my on the lever because you never know. What if I got something in there? Unfortunately, you had this father that was in there cleaning, and he shot his son. You know, and like this guy's showing, you got to take it out. You take it out, you open it up. Even if you ever go to the shooting range here, actually, when they're done, they'll tell you to take your gun, and when they're changing out or you're going to check your target that you hit, you basically got to take your clip out. You got to clean in your chamber, put the gun down with your chamber locked open so that they can see nothing's in there, and that's real safe. This is just a travesty. I feel for the family, though. All right. Northport PD stole them for these guys. They stole 30 cartons of smokes, which came to about $6,000. They grabbed 2 cases out of the store and just took off. Actually, there's 3 guys. There's the other one right there. Posted it again in hopes that they can track the guy down. It's also a slow news day, and I figure, hey, I'll give you guys some news. Now, this one cracked me up. Not cracked me up. It's a shame. Basically, Madison City Grill and how the county EOC paid $130,000, $26 a plate, to have them come out and cater them during Irma. Meanwhile, people were like a good example of some of the high schools, and they had to take a minimal amount of food because there wasn't always enough. And I know this because I know people that are in there. Venice Community Center, which I know they disassociated with, they had no food. I was in the gym today talking to one of the county employees. He said, yeah, our office is right there next to him, and we got MREs that had food that was expired. And, you know, someone came on and said, oh, come on, they're working a lot of hours. A lot of people work a lot of hours. Guess what? You get paid for it. They should have followed in Manatee's steps. Manatee paid $9,000 doing the same exact thing. There was no reason for this. And, you know, you could have the trolls that come on. I don't know if they're married to county people or if they're counting themselves. However you look at it, it's wrong, and hopefully someone's going to take action. A little disappointed that Carajula was there. He had to see it. He says he did see it. He says he didn't think anything about it. Same with Sheriff Knight. He was there. What did he think about it? Interesting. Food for thought. This guy, they're still looking for him. They actually went out, Jabez, and they looked around. I think there's a little bit of a story. Yep. They looked around for him on a search party on Sunday, I believe it was, and they were going through fields where his phone was found, and they still haven't found anything, and they're hoping somebody will step up with some information. I think it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since this individual's been missing, and so the family's really concerned, and they're hoping they can find Jabez. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right. And let's see. This is just, I thought it was interesting. It's a story basically that talks about how the struggles they're going through in Puerto Rico and how a lot of the Puerto Ricans are starting to come here, and how Florida may see an influx of Puerto Ricans due to the situation over there. A lot of political controversies coming out of there where politics is coming into play. I'm hearing a lot about the San Juan mayor, and if you check her background, there's a lot of concerns there where bureaucracy is getting in the way. Her political thinking, ideology may be getting in the way, and food's not getting out to try to make possibly Trump or whomever look bad. I'm not going to go into it, but if you look at a lot of the information and news articles out there, it doesn't look good for her, although MSM is putting out just basically the negative stuff which attacks our president. And, you know, you got to sit there and think, look, he did one hell of a job with Texas and Florida. Is he just going to drop the ball in Puerto Rico? No, I just can't see that happening. This next one was just a fire that took place on the highway. Sarasota Sheriff's Department grabbed it. A car caught fire. This was just off I-75, and it was yesterday. So, travesty there. Huh? Okay, let me see. This report was about the registering to vote online. In Florida, you finally can register to vote online, which is a good thing. A lot of people don't register. They don't want to go down and deal with it. Now you can just go online. You're a couple clicks away. It'll go through the state agency. The state will then send it out to the county, and the county will set it up and send you a card. And then now you do have to make a little bit of an effort to go down and actually vote. It's sad that it's come to this, but that's what society is, where we got to help them out. We got to give them a little bit of a hand. Sea turtles, Irma, destroyed about 20% of them, but it came back and basically they said, look, you know, Irma destroyed 20%, but we're still doing good. And I think, I forget the actual count, we're only off by like 7 or 8 nests compared to last year. So even though that happened and that's a travesty, we're still doing great in terms of sea turtles being able to get up here and reproduce, put their eggs out, and do all that good stuff. Last story that was out there, and I'm blowing through this, is buyer beware in Sarasota. City of Sarasota put this out. It's good for any area, basically, and they talk about businesses license. They give information on where you can go to verify it, be it the website or you can call. They tell you to get 3 estimates, check the reliability through the Better Business Bureau. Beware the solicitors. If they're going door to door in unmarked vehicles, don't deal with them. Low fees. They refuse to provide a written estimate, and they give a breakdown of all this stuff. So even though City of Sarasota put it out, basically it's good information for anyone to know. And that's it. I tell you what, it's been a slow business day. I notice when I'm live, though, it's more interactive and it takes longer. And so I tend to speed through a little bit more when it's recorded like I'm doing now. So I'm going to put this out there, and like anything, if you got any breaking news out there, let me know. If you could share this video, that'd be great. The more sharing and liking you do, the more we build our database, and the more what happens is when you do this stuff, the more power we as citizens have, because your voice gets heard by more people. And you know this if you just look at a lot of the stuff I put out. I put out a lot of stuff that the local MSM will not touch. Now, I did put out 2 articles yesterday. One was the goofballs that say, oh, fake news. All my news stories, I've never had one proven as fake. And also the ones I share are from reputable MSMs. But what they're saying it on is when someone shares a letter. Well, that's not news. You can call it fake news if you want, but you look like an idiot. It's not news. It's a letter. It's scoop. It's gossip. A lot of times it comes out true. A lot of times it's bullcrap. Sometimes it's just entertaining and it sparks a great conversation. And so you got to remember that. And for some reason, I don't know if people just like to get a dig on me or what. Fake news. No, it's not news. It's a letter from someone to me. All right. And that's it. Oh, yeah, the advertising. I think the links, I think it's going to share again today. Basically, I put throughout the 5 options I had. You know, you get these whiners that cry about the advertising. They want me to do everything for free. And so I said, that's great, but here's the 5 options I had. And none of them are great. But you can't continue, as this thing continues to grow and explode, to do it for free when it's taking up so much time. It's consuming so much time. Which I think most people get, most people understand. So read that. I think it was interesting, of course, because I put it together. All right. This has been Frankie Abbruzzino with The Scoop.